Welcome back, traders. Hope you enjoyed the holiday weekend.
Yeah, hope everyone had a good break.
Markets returned from the post-Christmas lull with a gentle pullback today, easing off those all-time highs amid pretty thin trading.
Very thin.
NASDAQ proxies like QQQ rejected that resistance trend line we were watching closely, while metals handed back some big gains in a classic post-parabolic breather. You're tuned into the Stock Market Summary series, and as you guys know, none of this is buying or selling advice. We're just here to provide market commentary and education.
That's right. Nothing we say here is financial advice. So today was a textbook, modest retreat across the board. And honestly, in this thin year-end volume, it feels pretty healthy.
Right. What were the final numbers?
SPY was off about a negative 0.36%. QQQ lost 0.48%. But the real story for us, and this continues the theme from last week.
The small cap weakness.
Exactly. IWM was the laggard again, extending its downward move by another 0.61%. That tells you something crucial about the underlying risk appetite.
It certainly does. And that QQQ rejection at the trend line. I mean, the bears really defended that level today, pushed us right back.
It did.
But when I look at the larger time frames, it just feels like the market is less about direction right now and more about, potential energy storage.
It's fascinating you say that because the technicals confirm exactly that. Both QQQ and even XLK, the tech sector, are coiled up so tightly inside these classic symmetrical triangles.
Textbook consolidation behavior.
It is. The market isn't really distributing here. It's just storing energy. And when that coil finally releases, you're usually looking at a pretty violent move.
And that's exactly why in these choppy kind of range-bound periods where the day-to-day noise can be so misleading, we at Grok Trade always recommend leaning on those higher time frame charts for context.
That broader perspective is the only thing that keeps you from getting whipsawed.
Totally. And understanding those detailed patterns and analyzing that higher time frame context, that's really what our mentorship program is designed to deliver.
And speaking of patterns, one name we're watching is CSIQ. It's setting up in a beautiful weekly triangle bull pennant.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, absolutely worth monitoring for a potential breakout signal, maybe early next year.
Shifting gears a little, the macro calendar was incredibly light today. This whole session felt like it was driven purely by those thin year-end flows.
Right, but while today was quiet, everyone's focus is rapidly shifting to tomorrow. We get the FOMC minutes from the December meeting.
And traders are going to be dissecting every single word for clues on the Fed's path for 2026.
That could be the catalyst right there. The thing that finally forces one of those triangles to break.
As always, guys, if you got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, drop it in the comments. We might cover it in an upcoming episode.
We'd love to hear from you.
And by the way, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate these market summaries, do us a big favor and hit that like button. It's totally free and helps us out in a big way.
It really does.
And click subscribe, too, so you don't miss a beat. You can always unsubscribe later.
Moving quickly over to cross assets, Bitcoin had a mild dip, but it's still just stubbornly range-bound.
Stuck between, 85 and 90,000?
Pretty much. It just failed to commit to that breakout above the ceiling.
The real volatility, though, was in metals. We called out that huge parabolic surge on Friday.
And today we got the inevitable sharp correction, a classic post-parabolic breather. It just means a necessary sharp retracement after a vertical climb. It often shakes out the weak hands.
And it was a big shakeout. GLD was off a hefty 4.35%, and silver, SLV, got slammed.
Down over 7%, a huge move.
So what's the big takeaway from today?
Well, at Grok Trade, we see this mild downside session, not as a weakness, but really as healthy profit-taking under low-volume conditions. The key thing for you right now is that despite the short-term retreat, those large technical setups—
the triangles and the pennants?
Exactly. They show that energy is building just beneath the surface, right ahead of what could be a really explosive kickoff to 2026.
That's the big question for you then. Knowing this consolidation is happening, how are you positioning for those potential volatility spikes early in the new year? Drop your thoughts below.
Great discussion. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Wish you all a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's market summary.